Well, thank you all for being here tonight, coming out. Nice to see a lot of familiar faces and a few people that I don't recognize, so thanks very much. We have an interesting agenda tonight. Going to talk about several things. I think the big message on a personal basis for me, as well as for all of us, is this whole business of transformation. To just recognize that we have some brothers and sisters here among us. They're not the ones that you can see, but they're here. I can see a couple, and I know that there's other people here that also can see them. So let's just be grateful and say thank you. And then take a moment to recognize our celestial friends, because they're also here this evening with us. And this happens every time we get a group of conscious people together. It happens because they are encouraging us to go forward. This is a picture of me about 25 years ago. And so again, the story really is one of transformation, because that is a little different than where I am today. I was in the middle of the venture capital business, supplying money to small companies all over the country. I was sitting on 12 boards of directors. I was on an airplane almost every week. And, I thought I was pretty hot stuff. And then I got a tap on the shoulder, and they said, okay, wake up time. And so I moved from that, and here we are today. All of us are going through this transformation. We can either go quietly and accept it all, or we can go kicking and screaming. Along the way, I picked up and saw lots of UFOs, ETs. I know a lot of walk-ins. I've done a lot of presentations. This particular presentation, in one form or another, I've done across the United States and in several foreign countries. I've done a lot of radio interviews. I have had out-of-body experiences. I've had training in remote viewing. I do channel information, and I engage in some automatic writing. We'll talk about these last two a little bit more. But that's a big change from where I was 25 years ago. My friends came along last summer and they said, Mark, we'd like to go and give you information and have you post it on the internet. Now that was 30 months ago, 2.5 years ago. And I said, you're crazy. I'm not going to do that. You think I'm nuts? And they said, yeah, but you're in good company. And so the reason I did it as Mark's Corner is because I'm really kind of shy about all this. And I figured, okay, we'll hide it over in the one corner of my website, and maybe nobody will notice it. And I can just kind of post these things that they give me. And, well, this is 2.5 years worth of postings, okay? And it's now become a small book. These are the characters that I have been receiving information from. The first 4 are all from Andromeda. Brenton is a higher level being. He is not in physical form. Moraine is, the vision I've had of her is a very beautiful red-headed woman. She's about 8 feet tall. Justine is a very handsome man, also about 8 feet tall. And Rotan, I do not know, I haven't seen anything about him. We may hear some more from him, we'll see. Adriel is a celestial, and she's been here around Earth for the last 1,000,000 years, ever since humans first came here. The writings from all of these are absolutely beautiful. The words are words that I could never have come up with on my own. I see some smiles here from some people that helped me with this book and read all the words, and they are amazing. Just a definition before we get started. Third dimension. Third dimension is not the mountains and the trees and the grass and the lakes and the streams. All right. Third dimension is us. We're third dimension. And in fact, this whole business of third dimension, fourth and fifth and so on, you know, bless you. Those that are off planet don't talk in terms of dimensions. They talk in terms of densities, but they don't talk about third, fourth, and fifth. They just say lighter density, heavier density. Well, we're in this heavy density, all right? And the characteristics of that heavy density are fear and duality, structures. Brenton had an awful lot to say about structures. Lots of structures that we have created and that have been imposed upon us. Lots of beliefs. Lots of beliefs that we've created or that we have bought into. Lots of beliefs. And basically we live in a reactive environment here. It's pretty hard to go and have in the third dimension, when you're living from fear and duality, any original ideas. You've got to go and move above that. Very early on, we had some conversations about God. And they said, well, we don't believe in God. And I said, you don't believe in God? They said, no. We know God. It's not that we know of Him, we know Him firsthand. So we know God. It's not, forget about this belief stuff. That's your artificial structures that you guys have come up with. We know God. And then they talked about the oversouls. And these are these magnificent, huge souls. And then the individuated souls. That word I had never used in my life before, individuated. So the easiest way for me to think about this is think of a giant ponderosa, huge tree. God is the trunk and the roots. The oversouls are the large branches, and we're the needles out at the end. So, in that way, we can say we indeed are divine. The purpose of us coming to this planet, and we have come here over and over and over again, incarnation after incarnation, the whole purpose is soul growth. Both for our individual souls, our individuated souls, as well as the growth of the oversoul. Now that oversoul may be having 1 million of us at one time. And so we're sent out to go and experience. That's the whole idea. And the objective is oneness. When we can go and finally understand that we are all one, that we are one with the carpet, we're one with the lights, we're one with the trees and the grass and the animals and the insects. We truly are one. That's the goal. Several 100,000 years ago, it was decided to go and engage in a third dimensional play, a drama, heavy drama. And we agreed to be part of that. We signed up for that a long time ago. We said, okay, we'll take a part and we'll come and play in this drama of yours. Now, to have a good drama, you have to have the dark and the light. So the dark energy and their allies showed up, and then there's the beings of light. That's the drama in which we were engaged up until very recently. It's been going on for thousands of years. And if you notice, it doesn't get that much better. It gets a little better, and then we fall back. You know, a little bit better, we fall back. But we never really get anywhere. And that's because we've all agreed to continue to play the game. Well, Earth has decided enough. We've had enough of this. We're not going to continue this. And so Earth is going to go and change her density, and we're invited to come along. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Are we going to come along, or are we going to be stuck? All of that is in here. It's an electronic book. You can get it for $3.95 on the internet and download it to your computer. So that's enough of the commercial.